What's going on, you guys? So today I'm going to show you how I set up this entire reef tank setup for under $300. And yes, I mean the entire thing, from the light, tank, stand, and sump filter underneath. This is a budget build, and I'm going to show you guys how you guys can get into reefing without spending too much money. This is going to be a three-part series. The first part is setting up the tank and the stand. Then we're going to go into filtration and lighting, and we're going to finish it off with adding the rock and sand and acclimating everything and getting it ready for fish. So without further ado, let's jump right in and take a look at setting up this stand and the tank. So this tank has been set up for just over 6 months now, and I have had so much fun doing this project, and I want to show you guys how you guys can do it too. So before we jump right into back in the past when I was setting this up, I wanted to just give you guys an overview of what the tank looks like now, so you guys can have something to look forward to when you get to this point. So like I said, this is going to be a three-part series. The first part is going to be setting up the tank and the stand, and then next week we're going to jump into filtration and lighting, and then we're going to finish off the third week with adding the rock and sand and acclimating everything. Now, everything was included in the cost except the coral and the fish, which we'll get into that. But like I said, I tried to make this all inclusive. I know some videos can jump in and say, oh, we did this for $100, but then they don't include the cost of everything. And I didn't want to do that to you guys. I wanted to show you guys everything I bought and how I spent all my money, and not kind of gyp you guys out of saying it was cheaper than it was. So it was about $300. Now that's actually rounding up too, so it's probably closer to $250. But it is going to depend on what you use to set up and things like that. But let's take a look at the whole thing and how I set it up. Now for the tank, this is just your typical 29-gallon aquarium that you can get at Petco or PetSmart or anything like that. And I got this for $30. And the way you can do that is you wait for the Petco dollar per gallon sale. Anything up to 29 gallons is going to be $1 per gallon. So I got this entire big tank for $30. And so that's one of the ways you can really save some money, is by doing that, waiting for that sale. Now you can do it when it's not on sale. It's about $60, but like I said, it's worth the wait. Save the $30. You can start to gather everything else while you're waiting. So the first thing I did was get that tank. Now for the stand, I got a cabinet from Lowe's. Now if you might not need a stand. So if you already have something to put the tank on, or you're good at building things, you can find all these plans online to build a stand. Now I bought this returned cabinet from Lowe's for about $50, which was a really good deal. Now I did have to reinforce it a little bit. I don't know if I had to, but I wanted to be on the safe side. And then right now I just have some 1x6s on the top for the frame. So it's not the prettiest thing, and I plan on upgrading it really soon. I'm going to show you guys that, but it is functional. I have a lot of space underneath to put my sump and the rest of my filtration, which we'll jump into in next week's video. But this was really easy to set up. So I just cleared this corner in my living room, and then I put the tank stand in there, and then I added the wood on top. Now to test the weight, I really wanted to make sure this would hold it. So I actually had me and my wife kind of sit on this stand and rock around a little bit just to make sure it was going to hold the weight, because just the tank alone with water in it is over 150 pounds. So then you add 40 pounds of rock, 20 pounds of sand, you're getting over 200 pounds. So you really want to make sure that the tank and sand can withhold the weight. Now, if you want to go ahead and look ahead and see some of the stuff I bought, you guys can jump back to my unboxing video, and I showed you where I got my light and my rock and everything like that. And you guys can start getting those things for next week's video. So as you can see, to reinforce it, I added two 2x4s across, and they just go the length of the tank and they're screwed into the side. And that's kind of just to distribute the weight a little bit more, because the tank is smaller than the entire stand. So I really couldn't put the tank on the side support, so I didn't want all the weight on these boards. So that just helps distribute the weight. And then there's two 2x4s in the back that's somewhat helping support the stand, but it's mostly the light stand, but they do help. As you guys can see, this is going to be the sump area and the filtration, which, like I said, we'll jump into next week's video. Now, I've already upgraded a few things, but I'll show you what you can start out with and then slowly upgrade, which is what I want to show you guys in this video, is where I started from and then how to slowly, still on a budget, but upgrade everything to give you even a better reefing experience. Now, in a 29-gallon setup like this, it's actually, in the saltwater community, it's still kind of considered a nano tank. Now, if you've had freshwater tanks, 29 gallons is actually pretty big, but for saltwater fish, they need a lot more space, but you can still stock it with a lot of things. And just kind of give you guys a sneak peek, right now I have 2 Ocellaris clownfish and 1 purple firefish. Now I do plan on getting more fish. I can fit some more in here, but you can't really put too many fish. Now, if some of you think of saltwater, you think of dory, or there's a tang, or Nemo you can, but certain fish you can't put in here. But there's still plenty of options. And then what I've loved so far is the coral. And just to give you guys a view of some of the coral that I've gotten so far, there's such a wide variety of types and colors of coral that you can add. And we'll jump into this way more in part 3, but I did want to give you guys a sneak peek of everything. I know this video is a little bit on the shorter side, but I did want to start the setup and give you guys time to get everything, and then we can continue get on to the next part next week. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe, leave a like down below, and comment on maybe some other fish you might want to see me put in this tank. And I will see you guys next week.